I don't know what it is, but the longer I hear a JoJo opening song, the more I get into it, the more I appreciate the song, the visuals, the art, and how the opening songs don't spoil shit until after you watch a certain set amount of episodes, because when I go back to, the second opening that came out, I see all the different spoilers it had, but I didn't understand them at the time, thanks to how beautifully crafted David Production does when it comes to the opening songs. So the more I listen to the opening song, the new one that came out recently, the more I appreciate it. I just love the sound of it. It's just so catchy, and it fits JoJo. I didn't like it at first, but I really do like it now after listening to it a good dozen times now, just this week, because of how fantastic it is. So, this week's episode of JoJo concludes the arc we're currently on, with what's going on with Rohan and Josuke. So Josuke, it starts off with him running away from this stand that can chase him going 60 miles per hour. And it's an incredibly fast stand, but we've seen a lot faster stands in the past. I mean, we've seen quite a bit. I mean, look at Star Platinum. So when it comes down to it, it's not the fastest stand, but it's a stand that will not let you run away, because eventually you're gonna have a problem where you can't continuously keep running. I mean, you're going to either run out of gas in a vehicle, you're going to have to stop for a food break, or something's going to happen where you're going to have to stop. And so this stand being constantly persistent, constantly chasing you down, it's incredibly powerful. But one of the big things, though, about this episode is that Josuke shows his quick thinking skills of how he can overcome different challenges ahead of him. For instance, like an ocean that's right in front of him, and if he continues to go at this speed, he'll be completely fucked, and he'll fly off into the ocean, and he'll be caught, and he'll die in the ocean. Now, I like his quick thinking and how he constantly didn't let his nervousness and these different problems that were facing him get to him to where it wore him down to where he didn't know what to do. He was constantly thinking about what he needed to do next, and it shows what type of character he is and the progression he probably can get in the future. For instance, when he took that turn going 60 miles per hour, I like that hesitation at first, but then how he continued to go around it going that fast. It shows you that he's human, but also he's determined in what he was doing, and he was setting his mind to saving Rohan and himself. For instance, when he was going around that curve, okay, and he saw the ocean, he had to make that sharp curve, you saw him slowing down. He was going underneath 60 miles per hour. You saw that slow down of the bike. And then as he realized what he was doing, he's like, no, I can't do this. And he throttled the entire ignition, and he managed to go and hook to the right. It shows you what type of character he is. Just that little character interaction we got with Josuke just shows you what type of personality he has as he curves. But then the quick thinking as well. When Josuke was breaking the sides of the wall as he made that turn, and then he eventually constructed him back to keep the stand back, that also show what type of, mindset he has as well, how quick of a thinker he is. And, I mean, I love how in JoJo Part 4, we've seen to where Koichi's been one of the big spotlights, obviously. I've talked about this in the past. But I like the episodes we get of Josuke are very surprising because we get to see unexpected personality traits of his character. For instance, him being into, doing money schemes. For instance, trying to get money, gambling, stuff like that. Or, how he's someone that's a quick thinker. He can think on the spot about something he needs to accomplish. He doesn't hesitate that much to where he freaks out and, just crawls up into a ball and doesn't know what to do. He's a character that's determined. He does have his slight hesitation moments where he hesitates, but overall, he knows usually what to do. And when he was, hitting the walls and trying to put the barrier up, I was surprised. I was surprised by his quick thinking, and then also how he dived underneath into the sewer to go into the canal. That just impressed me. I don't know if anyone else is going to be as impressed as I was, but those little things about Josuke just make you appreciate his character and how smart he is. He's not someone that's stupid. He's not someone that is too smart as well. He's just right, and he's a perfect blend of a character that has some form of problems, but a character that also is realistic in general. So, Part 4 JoJo. Gotta clap for you. I gotta clap for you just for the presentation of Josuke's character with this episode alone. So, what was the stand user? So the stand user was someone that got into a wreck in the tunnel where Rohan got trapped. He got in a wreck 2 days ago, and apparently he got his standability in the hospital when he was, really critically injured. He got his standability, and he's been using his stand to gain nutrients from individuals before he can heal himself. And so he needed to use like 5 people or so before he can heal himself up completely, and then he'll be completely fine. little did he know, if Josuke would have came over there, he would have been completely fine like that, and everything would have been, you know, done for him. He wouldn't have had to go through the trouble of trying to hurt people, kill people, and stuff like that. He could have easily gotten help from Josuke, and everything would have been fine. But this man, we see what type of personality he has. He's a type of person that doesn't give any shits about individuals. He literally, he's a very, I guess, snobby asshole, the way he acts, especially in this episode, and he just seems someone that just only cares about himself. He doesn't give a shit about anyone else at all. And when Josuke walked up there, and Josuke was literally dying on the floor because he had his nutrients being taken out of him, the man didn't even give a shit. He literally didn't care at all, and he was just worried about himself, and he was just getting all this attention from these ladies. It shows you what type of personality the villain had of this arc. And so when he got his face beat in, and he got everything broken in his body once again after Josuke fixed him, he had it coming. That man definitely had it coming after what he did. I mean, Josuke, I gotta say, he took the moral high ground in this episode. I mean, he fixed the man, he made this man completely better, and he's like, yeah, I know, if I would have attacked you while you're hurt and all that, it would have made me look like a coward, someone that's weak, someone that's, you know, stupid or whatever, because I have to attack someone that's weak and crippled before I can even beat them. And when Josuke fixed this man and then attacked him, I was happy with that because it shows that he's not a character also that'll attack someone while they're down. He will not beat someone up if they're already broken and really can't, you know, defend themselves physically. He's not gonna fight them. So he fixed him up first and then fucked him up to justify what he was about to do. So good job, Josuke, once again. A very good episode to give some characterization and development for him in this one little episode. So yeah, I mean, the episode overall, I know many might not have enjoyed it as much as I have. I enjoyed it mainly because of Josuke. Josuke was what really drove this episode for me. No pun intended. I know he was on a, you know, motorcycle majority of the episode, no pun intended, but it's what really made me love this episode, was thanks to his character and how it was represented throughout the entirety of this, and even Koichi as well. I love Koichi's sassy attitude in this episode of how he was making fun of the nurse, the doctor at the register. She was making fun of him, calling him short, you know, just being an asshole to him, and then eventually he decided to use his stand power Act 3, and he fucked her over, and then eventually he got everything he needed from her. That was pretty freaking funny. I had a good laugh there when his stand just started calling her like a bitch and all that. I'm like, yo, this stand is just too good. Act 3 is freaking hilarious. So, yeah, episode JoJo this week. Clapping for it. I'm clapping for it. It was good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.